Let me go back so that my head doesn't cut off. Hey, real fam, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining. I hope I'm audible enough because I'm using the phone microphone. I hope you can hear me. I'm also trying to move away from the phone so that my entire outfit can show. Anyway, so, well, we celebrated Heritage Day today at work, and this is what I wore. I wish I could stand so that you could see me. Should I try that? Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's move this chair. Let's try. Okay, so I'm wearing this dress. It's a bit long. It's a bit long. I can't show you the entire dress, unfortunately, because of how the camera is sitting. I just don't want to mess up the whole setup. So this is my dress, and that's my duke. Ka Setswana ke tuku, ke apere seshweshwe. Navy in color. Don't mind these little dots. I'll tell you all about it. It's a story. It's a story, real fam. So yeah, but I'll try to put the full outfit on my thumbnail. You would have seen it by now if you took note of the thumbnail, of course. In actual fact, I'm sure the reason why you clicked is because you saw the thumbnail. Okay, am I fine? Okay. Whew, that was an exercise and a half. So real fam, I wore this outfit for Heritage Day. So we were celebrating it today. So I wore this outfit today, and whew, it dawned on me that, hey, this is the exact outfit that you wore during your Lobola negotiations. And I thought about it. I was like, wow, okay. It's been almost 2 years now, being divorced, and I kept this dress, and I mean, I love it. Okay, and I think where this conversation is going is, as you saw from the title, the question is, what are you willing to keep and what are you willing to let go? What memories are you willing to keep and what memories are you willing to let go? Because remember that when you've spent life with someone else, when you've lived your life with someone else, you give a piece of yourself. You share so many things together. You have that scent that reminds you of them. You have that specific outfit that they loved so much that when you wore it, they just get excited. So there's just something, right? That piece of jewelry, that lingerie, whatever the case may be. So the question is, this goes to someone that has found themselves either broken up from a relationship or divorced, for that matter, or just separation in general. It doesn't need to be specifically in marriage. So my big question is, what are you willing to let go and what are you willing to keep? Maybe when you met this person, there's this new scent that he got you and you fell in love with it, and you started loving that perfume to an extent that when it's finished, even after you guys separated, you still go and buy it yourself, right? So what is that one thing that you can't let go of? And this is not me asking you this question so that you can answer me, but it's a question that you should answer yourself, to say, okay, is this a deal breaker for me? Does this affect my healing progress in any way? So let me go first, right? You will have to do it on your own time, and it can be anything, okay? So with me, this dress, there's just something special about this dress. So let me tell you a story of what happened, how I got this dress and all of that. So um this is what happened. So I bought myself this dress, right? um at a, I think it was in like a China shop somewhere, Gomarabastad, I think, if not Jersey, I'm not sure. Right? I got this dress there. And I mean, I was happy with the quality and all of that. So something about me, I will never wear anything that I've bought. Like, I'll never wear it before washing it. All right? So I'll never wear it before washing it. And that's what I actually did with this dress. So my Lobola negotiations were happening, I think, in like a week's time, or maybe, I think I watched it during that week, and the Lobola negotiations were happening on a Saturday. So when I bought it, I was like, no, I have to wash it. I can never wear anything new that is not washed, unless it's an emergency. I have to go to an event and I don't have anything to wear, then I can do that. I don't have a choice, okay? So after washing this dress, I noticed, and you can still see. So I used, and maybe that's something I was not supposed to do. I used the washing machine to actually wash it. And the idea was just to rinse it, not necessarily wash it. Little did I know that actually this dress, like, the color comes off. You can see. You would think that this is like stains or maybe some oil or whatever. Doesn't look that great, but when you are like far away from me, it's not that visible. But you can see that there's like things like little stains and all of that. This was the dress, the color was coming off. So I assumed that this dark navy here was the one that was coming off, because this material here, it's like a silky material, so there's no way that this material can come off. All right, so it came off, and it was so bad. It was so bad to a point where there's no way I could wear this dress again. There's no way. Like, I couldn't wear the same dress, and mainly because of those stains. And I was like, how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do that? And then my sister was kind enough to buy me the same dress, which is this one now, which is this one that I wore during my Lobola negotiations. So even her buying this one, so obviously I learned a lesson. I didn't wash this one with a washing machine. Instead, I did hand wash. Actually, I didn't even wash. I just soaked it in water and left it like for a few minutes, and put some fabric softener, just so that it gets, it smells nice and all of that. Because some materials, when you buy them, they have this certain smell. So, but either way, it needed to be washed, okay? So a little bit of the color still came off, but it was better compared to the first one. Okay, my mom ended up saying, "Give me that dress," because I was like, "What am I gonna do with it?" My mom was like, "No, give me that dress." I don't think she has ever worn it anyway, because yeah, you can still get away with it. One would think that, okay, that's how the dress is, but yeah, maybe there's another way to just take off that ink. I mean, the whatever this is, the color. I don't know if you could, but yeah. Anyway, fast forward. The reason why I cannot let go of this dress is because it's special to me. It's special because my sister got it for me. Despite the fact that the first one was the same dress, and I bought it myself. This was extra special because, you know, your Lobola negotiations are coming, you're stressing about everything going right, you have to stress about what to wear and all of that. And then I felt like my sister came through for me. And also at the time, I felt like I was not financially great. And mainly because most of the money that I had to go into the Lobola negotiation preparation, having to make sure that, you know, there's enough food for the guests and all of that. All right, excuse me. It was an intimate um little setup of just two families. We didn't have like something huge during Lobola, but now this gets to show you that actually it means that there wasn't like really enough money to do like everything else. So I think I was stressing and panicking a little bit, and my sister came through for me. And that's why I am not even willing to let go of this dress, and I cannot. And maybe the big question is, so does it trigger you every time you wear it? Does it somehow make you think or look back on that moment? In actual fact, no. It, for me, it's just a beautiful dress. And come to think of it, let me be honest. Throughout the day, I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that actually I wore this dress during my Lobola negotiation. I didn't even think about it. I only started thinking about it when I was watching this video by Megan, when she was talking about her divorce. What Megan? I forgot her surname. Apologies. This is live. I was gonna just put the name there. I forgot her surname. But Megan was married to this. What's the other guy? Oh, guys, I'm so bad with names. So yeah, but Megan, the actress, both of them are actresses actually. So Megan acted on a couple of movies, and then the guy acted on Empire. Yeah, is it Empire? Is it Empire? I think it is. Oh, am I confusing them? Oh, whatever. If you know them, you'll get it right. And Megan pointed out that, so when her and her ex-husband went to like do settle their divorce and everything, when she got there, they hugged each other. Hey, how are you? Oh, you look great, you working out? So, and people around them, whoever was there, whether it was the magistrate or the family members or the witnesses or whatever the case may be, they were like, so you two are getting divorced and you guys are so nice to each other and all that, and they're like, yeah. So for me, that to me was very profound to hear. And it I mean, it's not the same conversation we're having now, but what I took from it was the fact that um just because the marriage didn't work out does not mean that your life has to stop. Like things that you used to own, things that you used to love, things that were fond or were very close to your heart, you held dear during the marriage or during your guys' time together. That does not mean that you should let go of those things, unless of course they trigger you or they make you now keep thinking about him, questioning how things could have been if you guys were still together or whatever. In this case, that's not me. It's not me. I'm not there. I've passed that stage. I've passed that stage. In actual fact, I have never been in that stage where I was like, oh, how I wish things could have been turned out differently or whatever. I think the time my marriage ended, it's like I knew that, you know what, I've done the best that I could, and I gave it my all, and it had reached the expiry date, to a point where even just taking a moment to think, or trying to think, maybe things could have turned out, or wondering, no, 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 I was not doing that. I was not doing that. Instead, I think I was just, dwelling so much more on the lessons that I took from the marriage, and mending my broken heart, and just also being coming to terms with the whole situation, how it affected me, looking at it from the other side as well, trying to put myself in his shoes, and wearing my shoes again, and just looking at the overall situation, looking at my faults when I was in marriage, looking at my rights, because no one is perfect at the end of the day. Even though things didn't work out, no one is perfect. I don't think anyone is perfect. And having said that, I also feel like, okay, I had to also look, just do like what an analysis of the whole thing and everything, so that when I ever think of finding myself in a situation where I'm gonna say I love someone again, um, I'm gonna spend my life with them, I've really done, the work, if you know what I mean, and that's important. If let me just add my 2 cents there, to say, make sure that you work on yourself before you can even try again. Okay, there's nothing wrong trying again. There's nothing wrong falling in love. There's nothing wrong being in love. There's nothing wrong with it. And there's also nothing wrong with you being lonely at times, because there are times where you'll feel lonely. You'll be like, oh, how I wish there was someone. I mean, this past few days, it's been like a bit chilly and all of that. Sometimes you feel like, oh, how I wish there was someone to cuddle with and all of that. It's normal. You're human, right? You're human. You've experienced that. And especially if you are in a long-term relationship, you were in a marriage, I mean, that was like an everyday thing for you, because whether it's cold, hot, rainy, summer, spring, autumn, all of that, it's knowing, that you are with this person. So it was a norm and all of that. And I just want to say, there's nothing wrong with you feeling lonely and all of that. Whatever you do, just work on yourself, right? Just work on yourself, and trust the process. Trust the process. Don't rush into anything that is not giving you a reason to. Like, don't rush into anything. Like, I've realized that it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what stage of your life you're in. There's really no reason to rush. There's no reason to rush for anything. It doesn't matter your age. There's no reason, or there's no need to rush. Just trust the process and do what you have to do. And just trust the process, trust God, and allow God to just, yeah, lead. Allow God to just lead. That's that. So yeah, basically that's what I wanted to share, real fam. And I think it was just really more of like a question or a conversation between you and I. Listen, you have experienced heartbreak, you have experienced separation. It doesn't matter whether you've never been married or whatever, you've experienced separation. And there's some kind of memory that you once had. So that's where I am to say, are you willing to keep that memory? And that memory, keeping it, will it trigger you? Will it make you go back or not progress? Make you think so much more about what could have, would have, you know? Or it's just a memory, and you'll keep it, you'll cherish it, but you're not looking back, you're going forward, you know. That's what I'm saying. So right now for me, this dress just reminds me of how kind and sweet my sister was to get me this dress. And it takes me to that moment where, ooh, like I was stressing a lot, stressing, wanting things to go right. And also financially, you just bought a dress and you're like, oh, now I have to buy another dress. That's like more money. What if on the day of the of the Lobola negotiations, something needs to be bought? Like, you just have to, you know, you're stressing about everything, and money as well, all of that. So you don't want mistakes. So basically, that's that. So I still have the dress that I wore at my engagement party, and I feel like I'm still gonna wear that dress. I'm still gonna wear it. Yes, it was designed specifically for my engagement party, but it's my dress. I look good in that dress, you know. If there's an occasion that requires me to wear something like that dress, and I don't have the means to even go buy a new one, or I feel like actually this dress suits the event or the occasion, I'll wear it. I'll wear it, and I'm not gonna feel um, some type of way. And I think that's the power, or the importance of healing, real fam. When you have healed, and when you have accepted that things don't always go the way we want, when you've accepted the fact that, you know what, um sometimes people will be in our lives for a season, for specific seasons, and that's that, you know. And there's nothing wrong, excuse me, there's really nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong, and you just have to cherish, you know, the little time you had with them, and cherish what the positive that the positive the impact that you've had in them, and the impact that they've had in you. You know, I know that saying this is easier said than done. Someone is like, yeah, 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 when positive impact dying. Someone is like, what positive impact? Do you know what that man did? Do you know what that girl did to me? You know, some ended up, you know, in chaos. Some relationships, some marriages ended bad. And listen, I'm not going to be here talking about that, because I don't know what you're experiencing, and I don't expect you to respond the way I'm responding. I don't expect you to wish um your ex wife or ex-husband well. I don't expect you to. It's your choice. But rightfully so, I think, if you a believer in God, if you trust God, you know that you cannot trust God and not forgive. You cannot trust God and not be at peace, because if you're not forgiving, it means that you will not have peace, and you're holding on. You actually bringing misery in your own life, because you're holding grudges, you're holding anger, you're holding on to anger, and even like you are bleeding inside. And even the people that you come across in life, after that person hurts you, you bleed unto others, you know. For me, not forgiving others is really torture to self, because you're going to be carrying all of that, and it's not going to help you. It's really not going to help you. So you really need to get to a point where you forgive. How you get there, I don't know. Only God knows, and only you will know when that time comes, because also it's not easy for you to even think, okay, I think I'll be I'll be willing to forgive, what, a year from now or a month from now. It doesn't work like that. You know, you have to be intentional about it. You have to pray about it. You have to seek guidance from God about it. You need to firstly work on the person from within, and then everything else will follow. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share, real fam. Let's not go on and on. I hope that you took something out of this video. So that's what I wanted to share. But yeah, healing is messy, but healing is beautiful, and I'm encouraging you to embrace the mess, to embrace the triggers that come with it, and for you not to lose sight of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is you coming out as a healed version of yourself, healed best version of yourself. Okay, so that you don't get to bleed onto others. You don't want to do that, all right? And also, not just others. Let me be selfish a bit. Not just others, but even yourself. Do you know that if you don't heal, if you don't forgive, if you're still holding on anger and all of that, pains and all of that, sometimes you bleed on yourself. Sometimes your life doesn't go the best way because you are sabotaging yourself. You know, you are bitter, you are your things are not going right. You know, you reject people around you, or they reject you because of this bitter person that you are. You don't show up the best way possible because you are angry, you are sad, you are always worried, you are, you know, it's all of that. So it could be a lot of things. So don't sabotage yourself. Heal. Make sure that you heal. Make sure that you work on the person from within, and just talk to God. Listen, there are days where sometimes it's hard to even have a conversation with God and all of that. Just talk. Just start talking. In actual fact, yesterday that's what I did. I found myself just walking around my house and just having a conversation with God, because I was like, God, like, can we just talk? You know, can we just talk? Like, daughter to father, let's just talk, you know. And that's what I did. So you can just talk. You can just talk to God. So yeah, I think I'll leave it here, real fam. And of course, don't forget to answer the question: what are you willing to keep, and what are you willing to let go? What memories are you willing to keep, and what memories are you willing to go? And those memories, when you keep them, are you keeping them, and are they there because they have changed your life in a way, or they bring a special memory that is great, and it just brings life to you? It doesn't trigger you, or it doesn't want to make you, you know, move 10 steps back. What is it, right? So you need to ask yourself those questions and decide if it's worth keeping or not. Maybe you're keeping something, every time you look at it, you're like, I kind of, this thing was given to me by that person. Eish, I don't know why I still have this thing. You know, if it's not bringing you any joy and everything, it means that it's negative. There's a negative energy there. Let it go. All right, let it go. So for me, this is a precious dress, and I don't even look at it as like some kind of a memory or whatever. Yes, it will always remind me of the Lobola day, because that's where I wore it first. But at the end of the day, it's one address that, you know, if it happens that there's a wedding somewhere and I don't have an outfit, or a friend of mine is getting lobolad and I don't have anything to wear, or this makes sense, I can wear it and life goes on, you know. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Life goes on, and I'm healed. I'm okay. The power of healing is that you don't hold on to things that are negative. You look at the positive, you find the positive, you find the good, and you focus on that. So, real fam, with that said, thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate you, and thank you for watching until this time. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with a friend. You know, you're welcome to just share it on your WhatsApp. Send it to someone. Tag someone on the video on my social media platforms when you see it somewhere. So yeah, do that, real fam, and subscribe, engage, like, comment. I want to hear from you. Okay, love you lots, and like I always say, don't forget to make today count. Cheers for now. Let's end this live. I still have to figure out. Oh, okay, I found it. Oh, my skin is breaking out. You see the weaves that we like wearing? I bought a weave the other day. I wore it for 2 days. Look. But anyway, this is over strong. Love you.